bother to put the oh. How did I miss that? He took the bread and I missed it. Oh dear God. I really didn't think it'd take it. I dropped it right on its nose, but I missed it. Hi. Well, it's been about 3 weeks since I last went out. The reason for that is I weren't feeling too good, and I'm still not quite right. I don't know what's wrong with me, but went to the GP. Quite a miracle these days to get to see a GP, but I managed it, and they did blood tests and other tests. Everything came back negative, so I'm not sure. Anyway, I feel a bit better than I did a few weeks ago, but needed to get out. So I'm back at Earith, and I've never seen it so busy. There's about a dozen people here, but no one round in this corner. It's too long a walk, I think. So, but the carp are actually spawning all around the edges. So I've put a bit of ground bait out, and obviously I'm not after the spawning carp. Hopefully a tench or some bream, all ready to go. But yeah, it's really quite busy here. I've never seen it so busy. So, well, so let's get started, shall we, and see what we get. Well, it shows I'm out of practice. I started chatting to you and telling you all about things, and went on for about 5 minutes, and then the video camera turned itself off, which it does when you're not actually videoing, which reminded me that I hadn't actually started it going. So that was a good start. Anyway, to repeat some of what I said, at least, if I can remember. I'm using my Gray's Prodigy Specimen travelling rod, which I've used here before, which is a bit more robust than the quiver tip rod I was using last time, and when I was taken for a ride by a fairly significant carp, I think, and I'm not sure this rod would have stopped it either, but it gives me a better chance. So I've cast out, you would have seen it if I'd switched on the video, but I've cast out just on the edge of the lilies and the reeds out there, and a bit of seedy bread, fished as flake. Like last time, I brought some seedy bread from the house, and I'm using the same bread crumbed as a ground bait. We'll see what happens, but if all the fish are busy spawning, we may not see much action today. I'm not fishing the same spot as I did last time. I was fishing down a bit further over there. You may remember the spot, and the lilies have sort of matured somewhat since I was here last time, and it would be very difficult to fish the spot I was fishing last time. I'd be casting literally among the lily pads, so I've moved along about 10-15 yards, and as you can see, there's a bit more open water here. It's a lovely spot. It won't really matter much if you catch fish or not, just sitting here, it's gorgeous. We'll see what happens. Actually, I'm using the wrong rod rest really here. I should have used the one with the gap. I don't know if you can see, but there's movement in the water down here. The carp are literally spawning in these reeds right at the feet right at my feet. It's amazing. Yeah, I'll change the rod rest next time I cast. Yeah, they are really, really active. Which is more than can be said. Which is more than can be said for my bobbin, which hasn't moved. Okay, you missed my first cast because I didn't have the video on. So, another opportunity. I think I might have gone a bit too near the lilies last time. I felt a bit snagged when I pulled in. So I'll perhaps not go as far this time. Oh, that was a bit too far as well. Let's pull it back a bit. Here we go. Right, I've got the right rod rest now. Allows the line to flow through. Let's see how we go. Take the jump off soon. I put a thinner jumper on today because I thought it wouldn't be quite as cold as last time I was here, but out of the wind here in the sun it's beautiful. See, all the irises are out. Last time they weren't out, so it's really quite pretty here now. Oh, there we go. Drop back bite. No, missed it. That looks like a bream bite, so perhaps the bream have found my ground bait, which would be good. Gee whiz, my feet, right under my feet. Oh, dear. Well, there's plenty of action on the surface in the edges, but not so much going on down below. I've had a couple of touches, but nothing positive enough to hit. So I think there's quite a bit of quite a bit snaggy. I got snagged last time a few times, and actually lost some tackle on one occasion. And I keep bringing in bits of weed and stuff, so maybe a bit snaggy on the bottom out there. The sun's disappeared behind a cloud, which is a bit of a relief actually. I was getting really quite hot. Oh, there we go, it's a touch. That's all we get, touches. Thing is, there's a bit of ground bait out there. It's possible there's fish moving around the line. So, and that was it. Well, not much is happening other than the carp doing their stuff around the edges. Just cast really very close to those lily pads out there, literally nearly touching the edge of the nearest lily pad. So we'll see what happens. But so far, not much. It's amazing what difference a month into spring makes compared to the last time I was here. Everything is much lusher and greener and basically prettier. There we go, drop back. No, hopeless. Hopeless, hopeless. The thing is, if I wait after the drop back, often nothing happens, so I've been striking on the drop back. I've just put a bit of crust out there, and there's a big carp, he's coming up sucking on the lilies. And he's taking it, so perhaps we'll try a bit of surface fishing, shall we? Yeah, I think he may have moved on. And, I'd put the rod in the rod rest, thinking the carp had vanished, and all of a sudden it came out of nowhere. I didn't even have the video camera switched on, let alone anything else. Oh Jesus, it's quite a big fish. Yeah, I didn't even have the camera switched on, let alone the video running. It just came out of nowhere, and it's not a done deal, this. It's a big fish. Ouchie. The net's just about big enough. Ah, yeah. Ah, that's a nice fish. Right. Not sure I want to get him out yet, he's too lively. He's not going to get less lively, is he? Yeah. No, calm down. Calm down, calm down, calm down. Hook's come out. She's good news. Right, so that's almost exactly 8 pounds, but the net's 14 ounces, so it's 7 pounds 2 ounces. And there we go. 7 pound wildy looking carp. Let's put you back in, shall we? It's amazing what some people leave laying around on the bank. It's disgraceful, really. I suppose they did have the good grace to roll it up and tie it up into a ball, but they still left it on the bank. It's ridiculous. Well, I'm sorry you missed the beginning of all that, but the crust had been out there for quite a while, and I had been holding the rod, but I'd actually laid it in the rod rest, thinking that I hadn't seen any sign of carp movement, thinking they'd disappeared, or it had disappeared, and all of a sudden it just came up from nowhere, from the bottom, and took the crust and went. I didn't even have the video cameras powered up, let alone the video running, so I had to wait until I got a bit of control before I could switch the video camera on and start the video. So you missed the first probably 30 seconds or so of that. Quite explosive, really. I've put another bit of crust out there. I put it out by those lilies, but unfortunately there is a little bit of drift on this lake and it's just pulled it out into the middle, so I'm not sure if that'll do anything. It's probably better off to put it where I had it before, to be honest. Not sure they'll take it in the middle out there, if they take it at all after all that commotion. But well, it livened the day up a bit because I hadn't had anything up to then. Lovely fish and lovely condition. Scale perfect, fin perfect, mouth perfect. It was really beautiful fish, and it had that sort of wild carp look about it, that sort of slender, long, wildy look about it. Yeah, that's not working, is it, out there? A hell of a lot of drift and the hook, the bait's come off, so I'll go back to the bottom, and if anything moves around near to the edge here, I'll go back. Yeah, this is my other, I use corks for lots of things, wine corks, and this is my other little device. So a bit of wire push through, and just because I have this link thing sliding up and down the line, if I don't put this on and just cast the crust in with just the hook, this weight sort of drops down and the fish feed it. So having this on, it keeps that weight off the, or it stops that weight dropping, and then this line can sort of be free. I don't know if you can hear the cuckoo and the woodpecker. Everything's having a real old time today. I put a bit of crust out near the side there, and anything it comes back I can quickly change tack. Boy, that was really going, that carp. Certainly gave this rod a test. Of course, Murphy's Law prevailed. The battery started to run out on my head cam just as all that happened. So I had to sort of put the fish back in for a while I sorted myself out. And of course it then livened up a bit. No, just dropped to me. I think that was I don't know if it was a bit of my bread just been taken, but it wasn't. It was just a bit of spawning activity, I think. Right, let's put a bit of crust out there and see what happens. Fortunately, the ducks aren't around today. Usually you've got ducks here and you can't put crust out because it vanishes in about 10 seconds flat. I haven't put any more ground bait out because basically I wasn't getting any real bites, so I didn't see much point in putting a lot more stuff out there. There it goes, drop back a bit. And that's all we get. Nothing positive. I don't really come here after carp, to be honest, but when things are as quiet as they are today, obviously in the interest of catching something, if there's an opportunity I go for it. There's a bit more movement on this bobbin this time. It seems to be more interested. It's usually just one little movement and that's it, but it's bobbed up and down a few times. So let's see if anything happens. Yeah. It's very difficult to know whether it's just the strike. Every time up to now I've been striking on the drops and the fidgets and all to no avail. So. Well, this is the first one I've hooked on the bobbin. I didn't have the, as usual, I didn't have the video on because everything's been so slow. Oh, it's a small, very lively tench. It's probably the smallest tench I've caught here, actually. Sort my reel out, the line seems to be all bunched up again. I've got the hooks coming, so I'm going to have to... Yeah, there we go. A small tench. But it's good to see small tench because it means we are getting a growing breeding population. So beautiful, not very big, but very beautiful. They really have a go, don't they? Considering the size, must be about half a pound or something. Again, lovely condition. Right, let's put you back in, shall we? Oh, you're not out yet. Come on, off you go. Well, I just missed a proper bite. The bobbin just came up slowly and smoothly, and I hit it halfway through that movement and absolutely nothing. That was the cast by the edge of the reeds there, so I put another cast by the edge of those reeds. It wasn't a fast, oh that was fast though, and I bloody missed that. Jesus, it was probably a carp actually. Just bloody shut up. I'll be ready for it next time. Oh, gee. Oh, Jesus. Right. I really wasn't ready there. I turned around just at the wrong time. Alright, we're going to get one of these in a minute. Oh, this carp is down here. He's literally right under my nose. Don't know if you can see it in this camera. Doesn't seem to be feeding, it's just under the surface there. Let's try a bit of bread, see what happens. Plonking it on his nose is probably not a good decision, but showing a little bit of interest, but not a lot. Oh yeah, so shall we try? Trouble is, by the time I get myself sorted out, he'll probably be gone. I won't bother to put the oh, how did I miss that? He took the bread and I missed it. Oh dear God. I really didn't think it'd take it. I dropped it right on its nose, but I missed it. Well, I think that was probably my last chance for a fish before I pack up. I'm sure he had taken that right down. I struck and nothing there. Amazing, amazing he took the bait. I didn't think he would. It was right under my nose. But there we go. But I don't think I'm going to get many more bites, if any. So before 3 o'clock, so I may start to pack up. It's just coming up to 10 to 3 now, so but it's been good. I enjoy it here. I really like being here for a few hours. The carp is still spawning, splashing away. I'm annoyed I missed those two really good pulls when I was casting by the reeds there. Something's having a fiddle around, but nothing much. I think they must just be line bites. The bobbin just flickers and I think something just goes past the line, to be honest. Still, I'm packing up everything dry. I suppose that's one benefit. lovely. I'll have to go up to the office on the way out because no one's come to collect my money. So I'll have to pop in the office and pay them. Obviously I got here a bit late today. Yeah, I think I'll call it a day. Say bye-bye. And until the next time, as they say. Well, that's it for today, folks. Not many fish, I'm afraid, but the carp off the surface was a bonus, really, and without that it would have been a very lean day indeed. One small tench. A few bites that I missed. I don't know why I missed them, but I missed them. But really, not that many bites considering, but it was a lovely few hours. I really loved this pit. Not quite as peaceful today. There were quite a few people here, but in the scheme of things, still pretty peaceful. So, as I say, not many fish, but I hope you enjoyed the surroundings and watching the carp spawning. Anyway, as I say, that's it for today, so thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed it, I'd be grateful if you give me a like, and if you're not a subscriber already, perhaps you might consider subscribing, and thank you to those people who do subscribe. I think I've had 9 extras since I last went out, so not big numbers, but very much appreciated. So as I say, that's it for today. So as always, it's bye for now and cheers.